Alright, shalom. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh the elders of GMS. Much love to you brothers that come by with all faith and honesty to get fed. And we're almost home, man. These prophecies are moving slowly. I ain't gonna say slowly. They're moving day by day. You really can't keep up with all the news that's happening, man. It's so much. The volume and the time that's coming is just like it says. It's a woman in travail. Those contractions are getting closer and closer. So real quick, I'm gonna start doing this maybe, Lord willing, whenever I can, maybe every couple days. But I'm gonna do a series called Bad Water, and just go into the fluoridation and the messing up of the water that Esau's doing, okay? And these other nations are co-signing. Alright, so this first video is only 2 minutes long, and I'm gonna get into the main section and some news that's happening in Egypt and around the world. And this is an older video. It's not new, but this is just to show you a sneak peek of what's going to be showing, just the bad things that come in water and the things that happen, or what happens to other stuff that come in contact with fluoride.
First tonight, hazmat crews from all across our area responded to a chemical leak this afternoon in Rock Island. The chemical was so strong it was burning through the concrete there. News 8's Christy Mergenthal has the latest.
It was just before 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon when hazmat crews were called to the Rock Island water treatment plant for a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck.
It's a corrosive agent that the water treatment plant uses, and there was an overflow that caused spillage out from the building onto this driveway behind me.
As plant employees evacuated, crews began suiting up, working quickly to stop the leak that had begun eating through concrete.
And they stopped the leak using some earthen berms with dirt, sand, and some commercial broom equipment, and had it contained pretty much to this facility within a short amount of time.
The chemical hydrofluorosilicic acid is used to add fluoride to the plant's water. Although it poses a burn risk to skin, those living nearby were in no immediate danger.
There was no inhalation hazard at all, so there was no need for us to evacuate any residents around the area.
After several hours, crews were able to clean up the leak, allowing operations to return to normal.
They had to cordon off the area, obviously, but as far as the treatment of the water...
It burns concrete, man, and Esau's adding it to the damn water, okay? It's showing you the madness, and they can't hide it because news crews are out there, so they just try to doctor it up. Oh, we add it to our water, but it'll burn your skin and burn. What is it doing to your insides? Okay?
And the amount of water being used by the public, there's no effect on that at all.
In Rock Island, Christy Mergenthal, WQAD Quad Cities, News 8.
Thank you, Christy. Investigators tonight still haven't given an official estimate on just how much of that chemical spilled out.
For a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck.
Hydrofluorosilicic acid is an extremely dangerous and deadly chemical that's used in Austin. There was no mention, for example, of the material safety data sheets of how dangerous this chemical is. Number two is the fact that hydrofluorosilicic acid is also one of the most dangerous chemicals transported in Austin if there were to be a serious accident and a breaching of the container on the highway or the city streets. And a lot of people don't know the hazards associated with a spill and a breaching of one of these tankers that goes right through the city of Austin and to the treatment plants.
So that's showing you right there. I mean, and then you got these other groups that's saying, oh, feed the poor, feed the you probably giving them that fluoride water, Nate. You know, this is not our rest, man. Our rest is involving feeding the poor, and that's in our power to do that, man. We're in slavery right now, serving under this damn man. Talking about feed the damn poor.
Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood has been striking back against security forces after a crackdown on
their this is the thing in Egypt is brewing up to a point of no return. It's a civil war. First they were talking about Mubarak had to go, and then now you have this other character. His name escapes me, Salakia. But pretty much they're saying that they want Christians out and they're attacking the democracy system.
Capital, and they're not done yet. The organization wants all of those who supported ousted President Morsi to join a march of anger on
They had
Friday.
Mubarak, and then now it's Morsi got to go. So pretty much they're mad at the system that's running.
Has been engulfed in violence. Health officials say the number of those killed on Wednesday's assault is at least 638. This led President Obama to cancel military exercises between the U.S. and Egypt and criticize the interim government for the clampdown. Well, Egyptian authorities said Obama's remarks could encourage further violence because the country is under attack by terrorists. Civilians are meanwhile taking protection into their own hands because the unrest is showing little signs of ending. Well, RT's Belle True is in Cairo and now joins us live from the Egyptian capital. Belle, more retributions planned by the Muslim Brotherhood this Friday. Tell us more about what we can expect.
Well, today people are bracing themselves across the country because it is the first Friday after Wednesday's massacre, a traditional protest day. The Muslim Brotherhood and supporters of Mohamed Morsi have said that they are going to launch 28 marches across the capital, starting from the major mosques and ending up at state and government buildings. Now, this is obviously quite a worrying sign because there's been a lot of clashes at state buildings, government buildings, and of course with the security forces even after Wednesday's massacre. The protesters no longer have their two sit-ins in the capital and are therefore having to start at various different mosques. I went back to their encampments yesterday and there was just really piles of burning tents and debris. The mosque at Nasser City where they had been living at was just a burnt out shell. So people here are very anxious that this is going to end up in more violence. The protesters for their part are completely determined to keep going. They've now lost so many relatives and fellow protesters. They say they will not be intimidated by the army and at the moment really are just trying to identify what happened to their missing loved ones. There are many makeshift morgues still functioning across the city that these protesters are going to, literally going from body to body, attempting to find what happened to, you know, their missing protester or even relative. Meanwhile, there has been international condemnation of Wednesday.
Most I got him howling. Hey man,